for the moment and the man you've all been waiting for, and the rant is due. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Lewis Black.
This could all go horribly wrong at any minute. So let's get a grip on it. I'd like to tell the folks, there's folks watching all over the country, the members of my fan club and the others who signed up for this, and there are about 87 of them. And I just want them to know that, to say that, we didn't start on time. And look, this is me doing television, okay? So what the fuck did you expect? Let's hear it from my friend Kathleen. And what are you drinking there?
I don't know, actually, they would be appalled, but I poured 3 tasting flights in one, and I made up my own. I don't really care about what it tastes like. That's not the point. I'll unscrew the bottle and leave, okay? So I don't know. I mean, I think they're all Pinot red. They're all red. I don't know. That's it. And there's no beer in there, because there's a beer wine they make here. Yeah, I mean, 2 of my favorite things, you can't, don't fuck that up. Leave them separate and alone. So I'm having a little wine while you work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just irritates me that she gets to drink and I don't during the show.
This is my version of heaven. I sit here and watch you work and I read funny things.
Yeah, and I can't drink because then the anger becomes real.
My mom's a member of your fan club. I was appalled. She gave you $20. She's never given me $20.
I joined Lewis's Fuck You University.
So hi to my mom, and...
And did she able to get it online?
No.
She
just felt bad for you. She's like, well, is anybody signing up? I go, I don't know, Mom, it's all new. I'll help him. So she just gave you $20. I've never gotten a dime from my mother.
My mother, I'm hoping, is watching. She's 95, and she... And the rest of you, nothing, huh? Wow. Yeah, we live out here to 140. Fuck her. But trying to talk to her today after, trying to get her online, it was brutal. It was brutal. I mean, she just, I don't know how to do it. There's no sound. I don't know how to do it. It will just, I tried to do it. No, but just, just do this now. Leave it the way it is. Just leave it there. Just leave it like that. It went away. Well, that's because it's sleeping. The computer's sleeping. Why does the computer need to sleep, Lewis? So it was long. It was a long afternoon. So I'm hoping, I told her to go downstairs. So both my folks are in an assisted living situation. Oh, boy. And I said, go down and talk to get one of the people downstairs to come up for 5 minutes to help you. They don't know anything about computers. Mom, they're all working with computers. They're all under the age of 40. Every one of them knows how to... They don't know shit about computers. I said, just because you have an attitude... Look, separate the attitude you have toward them as people and just use them as a fount of information. And then she went to sleep.
Do you think she's up now?
Oh boy, yeah. This is when the sparks start flying with my mother. My mother can't sleep at night because she's trying to rearrange the universe in her own image.
And you can't wake my mother up because she's had 8 Lunesta. But I'm not supposed to say that on TV because she's afraid the doctor won't give her any more.
Well, this is really to be honest, the dumbest thing I've ever done. And I dragged her into it, and I have a number of other folks. We are literally, there's a satellite that we are beaming to that's 23,000 miles away. And then it's fucking going somehow to, people are fucking watching on a phone. It's beyond my fucking comprehension. We've done it in shows where I'll just read the questions that the audience submits. And I thought, what a nice thing to do to inevitably open it up to the audience. And a third of the answers every time I get the things back, a third of them is, why are you asking me to write shit for you? It's like, I didn't need to know my audience this well.
Well, they do say, Lou, your fans are a reflection of your act. Maybe you want to think about that by yourself for a moment in the corner. They're as angry as you are. I don't know why you would expect anything different. Fuck you, you prick. You should see what they're writing now. They're mad now. They're angry now. They're writing angry little things.
Yeah.
Because we started late. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I know. Well, what do they expect?
They have shit to do,
I
Lou.
don't have a sign. Do I know how the fucking... It takes time to get the shit up to the satellite.
Well, they're in their pajamas, and they're comfortable, and nothing was fucking happening, and...
Well, like we're on now.
Well, they don't know who else to tweet about it, so you're getting the complaints. You should have had a complaint box. Cracker Barrel does. I don't know why you couldn't think of it.
Why don't you get this started? Let's do this.
Okay,
so let's
get started?
Yeah.
Let's get started. Okay, first up, we have Kurt Van Bronkhorst.
Hi,
Good
Kurt.
evening.
Kurt, where are you from?
I'm here from Napa, California.
That's good. So
It is good. It's a good place. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the like, do they represent the future of global communications or the end of civilization as we know it?
Both. Really. Facebook crossed the line. When Facebook, I don't know if you heard, but Facebook basically recently did this thing where they decided that they were going to do a little social experimentation. And they would send people messages and see how they fucking react to a happy message or a sad message, which is, no! You don't get to do that. You don't get to, just because you have a group of people show up on that fucking site, which I fucking have never liked Facebook. They said, oh, it's in our bylaw, it's in that fucking terms and agreement things. Nobody's ever read the whole fucking terms and agreements thing. Nobody's got that kind of energy. Nobody's got that kind of goddamn eyesight. It's this fucking big. It's 30 pages long. There are no pictures. I've never even been. Have you been to Pinterest? I don't even know what the fuck it is.
No.
Yeah, I know what it is.
What is it?
Well, from what I can tell, I don't really do it. I just look at it. Sometimes it's just... It's just pictures of shit other people like. So, like, if you said a Loose Black's Pinterest page, and you put, like, a steak on there, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll have a steak. I don't know. It's something to avoid doing taxes. It's just it's another thing that I can go, oh, this is really important.
But what's the difference between that and Instagram? And what? And Instagram is now becoming bigger than Facebook. I'm out of the loop in this shit. And I take shitty pictures, so I'm fucked. What's that? How come we can't see the other eye? What is that? Is that don't fucking you fucking fuck. Yeah. And then 4 people, and then if you do, how do you feel when you send something out that you really think is important, you want people to like it, and nobody fucking likes it? You're the only asshole who likes it. It's like being in high school again on a weird fucking level. It is. It's like, oh, I saw what you did today. Come on.
You started to like Twitter a little bit.
I like Twitter, but I'm not good. You're good at Twitter. There are people that are comics who are great at Twitter. It's great for one-liners, 140 characters. But 140 characters, my jokes don't start until tomorrow.
Well, and when he first got on, I was reading his thing, because I got him drunk enough that I made him an account and said, you're on it now.
Yeah.
And you're gonna participate. And he was just answering people's serious questions. When are you gonna appear in Omaha? Probably in the fall of 2015. I'm like, oh, you're missing it here. They can look at your goddamn schedule. Now it's getting better, though. You're getting better.
Yeah, I learned how to retweet.
Well, and
that
then
makes it fucking easy. You get a Twitter thing. Somebody says, oh, it was fun to be at the circus, and you just fucking send it out again.
Well, and then you actually had a very valid question. I go, why get all my news from here? And he goes, from who? I said, well, CNN, and then sometimes it's just people. And he goes, well, how do you know it's true? I said, I don't, but I don't care, I guess. Like, so what if I thought John Bon Jovi was dead? Well, he's not dead, so it's a happy day. Who cares? I don't care.
My big beef, which is just too fucking intellectual to be fucking funny, is social media. It's not fucking media. This is media. That is media. Okay? Everything else is fucking typing. Okay? That's typing. Typing into space is what it is. You can't call typing into space media. Because you put a picture fucking up there, doesn't make it a goddamn media. A newspaper's media. This is like a collection of fucking scrapbooks and shit. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we now have Andrew Miller.
Louis, I come here representing all gay people in this world. And we're any gays? Any gays? Do we have nobody? Okay, we have some. Okay. On behalf of all the gay people, would you make a great gay man?
I have to say that in many ways, I kind of have that gay thing going on. Look, I was in theater until I was 40, okay? That is as gay a place as you could possibly be outside of the baths. That is where every gay person just went there to hide. It was the biggest closet. So I wrote plays. That's about as fruity as it can be. I listened to more show music than you can imagine. I could actually go through pretty much 9 major musicals tonight and do all of the lyrics. Kathleen would pick up the slack on The Sound of Music.
I got that covered. He doesn't like it because of the Nazis and all that.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
And that's why I can't stop watching it, because I'm afraid for those nuns.
So I spend an inordinate amount of time hanging out at the cologne section of any major department store. I just wander around. I have lotions they're secret lotions to make my skin youthful and invigorated and hydrated. I have bath soaps. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. But I do. But I think as far as being gay, where the wheels would fall off would be when it came that point that I'd have to fuck somebody that looked like me.
You're gonna get a lot of lotions brought to the show now that he likes bath soaps. All right, we're standing right here. We have Mr. Kevin Murphy. Fine Irish name.
Why do absurdly rich people like Oprah and Bill Gates love little school children, yet hate public school teachers so much?
Wow. Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oprah hates public school children?
No, public school teachers, I'm sorry.
Public school teachers.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, public school teachers.
She hates children. Just throw that out on the internet. Stream that. Oprah hates children. We have proof.
she hates
Not
them.
really, but we thought we'd throw that out.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It's always
It's a
about
good
the
thing that
children.
the 77 people who were watching really would go, oh, yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah.
always knew that.
Oh, they don't like public school teachers.
The
Charters.
fuck do they say about public school teachers? Well, if they do, they're fucking idiots. That's the lifeline. My mother was a public school teacher.
Right on.
My mother was an extraordinary teacher. She was absolutely brutal when she taught. And she taught where I went to school. She was a substitute teacher. So it's fucking, imagine that. I am lucky I don't have a permanent case of asthma. People expect public school teachers to take some sort of a shit salary, as if they're like Mother Teresa. Oh, that's something you should do. Gee, I wonder why teachers aren't good. Well, you want good teachers? You fucking have to pay for somebody. Yeah. You don't bother people that you pay a CEO. Oh, we need him because it's $23 million. The idea of giving a teacher a really good living wage so that they can, when they have to buy the fucking shit for arts and crafts because the school isn't taxed, there's not enough of a tax base to get it, so that they can go out and buy that. They buy the stuff, and anyone who thinks I've heard this time and again. And you're an idiot if you ever has come out of your mouth. Oh, boy, they get the summer off. The fucking summer off. They're working 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. They're doing shit you'd never do. They're sitting there fucking grading papers. The fucking papers, like not one of you could get through one of them. You fucking 8-year-old. The forest, nice, good plant. That's the kind of, by the time you get to the end of the sentence, you go, fuck this kid. Kind of a fucking, and you gotta teach him. There's not a verb near this kid's brain. And meanwhile, there's shit on that paper that you touch it, you could get cholera from some of this stuff. Anyone who doesn't respect a public school teacher's a dick. There's a punchline for you.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, Kim, I'm gonna have a tough time with your last name. You say it.
You say it like a cool chickie. That's how you say it.
Oh, Kim Coolchickie, ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
has a question.
Wow.
What a great last name.
What a tremendous last name.
Coolchickie.
That's great. That's not what it looks like, but that's how you say it.
No, it looks like a Scrabble board with drunks. It's like if I was drunk and
Going
tried to make a
horribly
word.
awry, yes. So, I've been in California a long time, and I'm just wondering, do you think you'd be less angry if you ate gluten-free?
I still don't even know what gluten the fuck is. I have made no attempt at any time to find out what gluten is or why it's there, and it's in shit, apparently, that I like. So I like that shit already. If you took the shit that I like out of the things that I like, then I would fucking anger wouldn't even begin. No, it wouldn't make me fucking, I would not, gluten-free, I would be crazy. I'd be going into homes going, give me your gluten! Give me your fucking gluten! Where did it come from? All of a sudden, people are like, oh boy, I feel better since I don't have gluten. Who the fuck makes this shit up?
This is Shirley Campbell.
You have such a common sense approach to the world. Why haven't you run for public office?
I think we just saw why. Wow, did you see the guy from our district lose it on C-SPAN today? I love that guy.
I don't even like to go to fucking meetings. I really don't. I don't like meetings. I don't like people who got into politics. I worked as a kid in political campaigns. By the time I was 15, I went, these fuckers are creepy. They are. They're a creepy group of fucks. They fucking have, and during the course of my life, they fucking have lost any sense of what leadership is. A lot of these people need to go to leadership camp. You want to speak to people, you fucking talk to people. People bitch at me because I swear too much, but I can fucking guarantee you a lot of my shit gets through. And they're up there pontificating and so and I and it's amazing. I don't like dealing with them. I have no platform. My only platform is to use all of the military might of the United States to take over Tahiti. I want that country. I want us to own it. It's the greatest country I've ever been in. We deserve that country. There's no reason. Let's stop this poking around in the Middle East, nation building. There's a nation. Fucking grab it. Especially if I was in like the president, you'd never see me. It'd be like, where's Lewis? The one thing I'd be as a president, you'd never have to worry about me bothering you. I'd never fucking bother you. I'd just be gone. No, I'd just say, look at Kathleen's Twitter feed today.
Yeah. Mr. President Black is golfing and will not be in touch. I could do it, and I can make it funny, kind of, you know?
Well,
right,
thank
that
you.
was a good question.
That was great, thank you.
All right, thanks,
Thank
Shelley.
you.
All right. Coming up next, we have Mr. Kevin Stern. Kevin, come on up. Kevin put on real shoes for the event.
I did.
Well done.
Hey, Kevin.
So, in previous shows, you've ranted about people who say that America is the best country when they've never been anywhere else. So my question is, I'd like to know, of the countries you've been to, which do you think are the best and the worst, and why?
No. Like my good friend Kathleen, I love Ireland. I think Ireland is spectacular.
It's just like Hawaii,
Yep.
except with alcoholics and no fruit,
Yeah.
which is right up my alley. Keep the fruit. I'm not eating the
No,
fucking
and they
fruit
don't.
anyway.
And they don't give a fuck about health.
They don't give a fuck about anything. And that's why we felt comfortable there.
Yeah, I do. They are. It's one of the most relaxed places I've ever been in my life. You fuck up, they go, oh, well, who cares? Here's a shillelagh.
We got so lost, and we were supposed to be at this golf course, and we were gonna miss the tee time. And I called, and then some in the west of Ireland, their accent is so thick, it literally is like a leprechaun picked up the phone, and I can't hear well anyway. And I said, well, we have a tea time, we're really late, we're lost. Collect yourself, get some coffee, grab a map. We'll see you when you see you. Click, and I go, I don't know. I think she said collect ourselves and get a map. But they didn't even care. Like, we just showed up when we showed up, and...
Yeah, and they were just like, they were thrilled to see us. They even let us, you go to like a major golf course in the United States. It's like, you better be there on time. We got this tea time for you, you fucking son of a bitch. You better show up, or we're gonna charge you double. Well, there, they actually, we went out, and it was so shitty out. We just said, oh, we can't. We just went, well, we're not gonna be able to play, and And they said, well, come back tomorrow. And this was like a fucking, this is a golf course that you can define as a museum. It's been there for like 250, ever since golf was fucking invented. But I like Ireland, I like the Netherlands. I've performed there a ton. People speak English, and they speak 9 languages. They speak every fucking language. And they really don't, I realized finally after working with them and spending time with them. They just do something that many of our leaders do. They just look confident and just say shit. They literally do, and then you go, wow, that's extraordinary. And they didn't answer my question, but I'm just so stunned that they came out. with a paragraph that was fucking brilliant. And but I still don't know how to get to the goddamn diner.
Canada. We like Canada.
I love Canada. I do. I love the Canadians. They are really fun. God damn it. And you know what's great about performing for them? You know what's tremendous? They watch us all the time. I go up there to perform. I don't have to worry about an audience member being a Democrat or a Republican or somebody from the Tea Party. They fucking just jump to the fucking joke. They don't sit there going, well, I don't know. What do you think? They go, ah! Yeah, so those, and Tahiti, but Tahiti's my favorite. Tahiti is fucking the king of the world.
What about the worst?
The worst? Newark. Newark's pretty bad. That's a country. Seems like a country when I go there from New York. The worst, I'm trying. Where
Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting. Since we didn't really just go, hey, Kathleen, I've got a great idea. Why don't we have a golf holiday in Afghanistan? Afghanistan is a hellhole. I mean, an utter hellhole. I mean, not for the people who live there. They've lived there for thousands of years. They kind of get it. They like it. The other thing with Afghanistan is that, and this is a reason, a real good reason probably why we shouldn't have gone in there in the first place, okay? They actually don't have any type of indoor plumbing. And so what they do is they build a big hole and they bring their shit to the hole and they burn it.
Yep.
So we're at a base there, and I can't, was it Bagram? I forget which base we're at. They all kind of, and we're standing there, and when the wind comes a certain way, you just smell shit for like hours. One of the stories that I was told while we were on our journey was that there was the village leader who lived on the top of the hill. They were going to give him indoor plumbing. And then they went back to check after they'd installed all this, and he'd completely wrecked it and turned it back into like the normal shit can where he would have to take the shit. And look, if people don't have indoor plumbing, I say, don't fight them. There is no way you can win. That's how come. When you don't care about the fact that the shit smell is in the fucking air, that's a country you don't want to fuck with. These people are not people to be fucked with. It was a life changer for me. The only thing that came as close was LSD. I'm serious. Every moment that I was there every moment was totally unique and different and absolutely shocking on levels that I could never imagine. If we're gonna spend our time worrying about Benghazi, if we're gonna spend our time worrying about whether this guy Bergdahl is a traitor or not, then you put in all of that energy, is what I believe, into making sure that the VA hospitals work and that everyone everyone who's come back from this war, and every war that we've been in, should get whatever it is that we have to make their lives easier. It's ridiculous.
Hear, hear.
Good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, coming up next, I got this one. I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Hauser, actually, yeah.
How you doing, Louis?
Yeah.
So my question is, you've written over 40 plays, yet none of us could name one. Were any of them any good?
That hurt my soul.
Yeah. Didn't matter. Didn't matter if they were good or bad. Didn't matter. Didn't matter a lick. I sent them out. I don't know if they were ever read. I think a lot of people took the plays and went like that. Some of them were used as handy wipes. If you're thinking of becoming a playwright, and if you are, you might want to slit your wrists first. But this is a tip. If you want your play read, the fastest way to do it is find a bottle, put the play in the bottle, cork it, and then throw it in either the river or the ocean. Eventually, someone will find it. And I guarantee whoever fucking gets that play, they're gonna read it. That's the way you get a playwright. I have, until 40, I wrote plays. And I did it in order to see what it would be like to have the income of a crack whore. And eventually, though, there is a play that actually is published now and was done 4 times in the last 2 years and got some very nice reviews. And my friend Mark Lynn Baker from Perfect Strangers was in it, and it was brilliant, and it did quite nicely. And now this play, which was written initially 35 years ago, it took me 35 fucking years of reworking this play to finally get it published. What my big hope was is that by getting it done, that I could become a drama teacher. That's what I would get out of it. I could teach at a college, preferably a small Southern girls' school where they'd never met a Jewish man before. And it took 35 years to get that done. And when I wrote it as a commercial play for Broadway, and now it'll never be on Broadway, ever, because people consider it too old-fashioned. That's my life in playwriting. To fucking play my most successful play, the play that I thought was gonna make me a playwright, is now considered too old-fashioned. It would have been nice if they had done it back then. And now it would be considered old-fashioned. But no, I actually got it done, and I got it done in some places where old-fashioned is still okay, because people like to go, ha, 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 hee, 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 ha, ha, ha. But I'm thrilled that I was lucky enough to get really that they didn't like my plays, so that I could actually have a career.
All right. You could also, instead of calling them old-fashioned, you could call them retro and try to be cool about it.
Retro?
Yeah. Just say, all my plays are retro, and they cost a lot of money. People are like, oh, dude, what's that? You'd be like, it's retro. I can't tell you. You just got to pay for it.
Well, why don't you can make some extra money on the side as my fucking playwriting agent.
Yeah. Well, I would do that. I could sell a play. Okay. Yeah. Am I right? Is this Terry?
Yes.
Terry Scafida?
Scafidi.
Scafidi.
Yeah. My question is, were you a handful as a child, and how often did your mother beat you?
She still is, ladies and gentlemen. She still is.
I was a handful. I was colicky, and I could get out of the playpen that we had back then. Now they have other things. Now they have like tire irons they wrap around the kids that are made out of Play-Doh or other shit, and they can tie them up, but it's safe. My mother would put me in a playpen. For 4 months, I'm fucking fuck the playpen. I'm gone. I'm out. It's a prison. You're not holding me prison. I'm not going to be captive to your bullshit. They would wake up at the night. I goes, I can't fucking believe this. You're 3 years old. You've gotten under the goddamn the sink. You've pulled out the shoe polish, and you're polishing my dad's black shoes. I'm polishing them white. At the age of 3, fucking unbelievable shit. I was doing all of this. I was doing really great shit. I should be more today than just a comic. But no, my mother's. I'll tell you, this is to give you a sense of, my mother never beat me. She didn't have to. She had a verbal mechanism that would make the North Koreans proud. And I was kept in a cage in my mind. I'm sorry I didn't laugh harder at that. That's fucking funny, okay? Seriously. Obviously, you all had wonderful mothers. They were just, the milk of human fucking kindness. Well, goody for you. I mean, I think it was great for me. She was really, she fucking is like, she's still going at 12,000 miles an hour, that brain. She's still scared of her.
Oh, yeah, I'm petrified.
Yeah.
I just say, hello, great, love you, gotta go. Lou totally has a lot of problems, absolutely. And I just walk away. I know, he's not living up to his potential, Jeanette. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, we have Marissa.
You can do it.
I can do it. I know, right? I went to Catholic school. I think they taught me how to read. Not really. Antonio. You didn't give me a chance, Marissa. That's all right. Ray. I got the last name. Ray. There you go. Marissa, go ahead.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Louis. Do you think you'd be funnier if you're a woman? I love you, by the way. They asked for my number, so they have it. Just putting that out there.
Well, thank you. Would I be funnier if I were a woman? If I were a woman, I wouldn't. Literally, I have to say that sometime after my first period, I would reach a. I would basically. I think if I were a woman, and this I've thought about this a lot. If I was 11 or 12 and I began to have my period, that would drive me into autism.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be funny. I think I would be like rubbing my head on the couch and trying to talk to the TV. I think I'd be fucked. And then the other stuff that comes along with it. And if I had cramps like some of the girlfriends that I've had, or that whole fucking that premenstrual shit, well, then by then I'd be in jail.
Okay.
Okay? I would kill people. Seriously, I would, and especially people who ate gluten.
Bam! All right, I like this one. Louis and I golfed at the very nice, it's a public course down the way called the Chardonnay Golf Course. And it says, between you and Kathleen, who is more likely to mark down a 4 when they scored a 7 on a par 3?
Neither of us would do that.
No.
Neither of us would do that because we just take our punishment. That's part of the reason I play. She would actually get a 4 because she is a really good fucking golfer. And it's really irritating. It's irritating because you just go, fuck, I'll never be as good as her. And I won't be. But what's really, when it's great, is when she and I go out to play golf and you get two, like, fucking guys who come in and they've got, the $3,000 bag and they're like, fucking, yeah, I can play golf and I've spent $12,000 on these clubs. I got a club that actually shaves my balls. It's phenomenal. And they'll get out there and they're hitting from like the black tees and they're like fucking, they hit it like 18 yards. I'm hitting from the white tees. I'd hit from the women's tees if somebody would I'd wear a dress to hit from the women's tees. And when we were in Ireland together golfing, and I hit from the women's tees on many an occasion, because I did not give up. It was so fucking hard, I just felt awful. I said, I gotta hit from where you hit. And I would cry a little, and they let me do it. But those pricks will do that, and then they'll fucking be all over the place, and she's like, bump, 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 5, bump, bump, bump. And you could just watch how fucking it drives them nuts.
Well, neither one of us have the energy to cheat, because when we fuck up, we just go, give me an 8. And get back in the cart. Yeah. Like, we don't care enough. I don't care enough to cheat.
Yeah.
But the best was in Ireland, because Lou was he can play really well on certain days, and then other days it's just like a monkey with, I don't know, some sort of bizarre disease that hasn't been diagnosed. Like, it would be named after him, where your limbs just kind of fucking, only for the day, though, so it's not Lou Gehrig's. Like, it's just a weird phenomenon. And they said, we're going to give you guys a senior caddy, blah, blah, blah. And this dude hopped out of a hut like a leprechaun. And his name was Seamus. Like, everything just added up perfectly. And he was a little 75-year-old dude. And we were golfing, and Lou was really doing poorly. And he looked at me, he goes, collect yourself, Louis. I'm going to go with Kathleen now. Take a moment. And he walked over to me, and I went, you just put a 65-year-old man in timeout. You fucking took his clubs away and left him standing in the rough with nothing, just his coat, just his jacket and his soul. You just stand there and fucking think about how goddamn poorly you're playing. I was like, I've never seen anything like that. Luke comes out. I said, Seamus, if we walk this course, because we're walking, I go, just out of curiosity, how far is it? I want to know how much I exercised today. He goes, well, for you, Kathleen, to walk would be about 7 miles. For your friend, Louis, somewhere between 20 and 25. Okay. Wow. This is Eric McDonald. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. Where are you from?
Silicon Valley.
Oh, Silicon Valley.
Silicon
okay.
Valley.
So you have a good job.
Wow.
Oh, you don't have a good job? You're dressed like you do. That's a fancy. Those are fancy shoes. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Louis, first of all, thank you for what you do. My question is, who is your favorite Republican?
Hillary Clinton.
Okay, next up we have Ellen Chang.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you from?
I'm actually from here, from Napa.
Wow,
so
that's
local.
good.
Oh, thank you. So my question is, what are your thoughts on legalizing marijuana for medical purposes?
I think legalizing marijuana for my purposes. I seriously don't smoke anymore because, no, you can't applaud that. Oh, son of a bitch. That's not applausible. That's, oh boy, he stopped smoking marijuana because he smoked so much fucking marijuana, it didn't work anymore. You can't applaud it. It wasn't like a choice, okay? I didn't say, son of a bitch, I'm gonna quit this shit. It's not like Alcoholics Anonymous where I had to walk away. Fucking nothing! Then I smoked the new stuff and it scared the fuck out of me. But there's just some folks I know down in Santa Cruz who've come up with pot and wine. And that, I love that shit. That's the best of two worlds. That's really. And nobody's ever gonna commit a crime on it because you're basically, no. This is fine, I don't give a shit. But Berkeley just basically said that now, did you read that? The 2% or something of the marijuana that, in the dispensaries has to be given to free to the homeless. And people, and it's just like, no, you just don't. If someone has a medical condition, yes, but there are people, part of the reason they're wandering around is because we closed the mental institutions because it was a really good idea. Let's just fucking close them up and go, hey, good luck. Good luck. Be whoever you want to be. So I just don't think, I didn't think they thought this fucking thing through. But I believe in medical marijuana. I've seen it work on people. I think it's absolutely stupid that we have something that we don't pay attention to in terms of its properties. It's fucking unbelievable. Even if they just took a year and said, okay, we're not gonna do it for a year, and fucking gave it to all of the doctors who are around, and said, okay, let's see what really works and what doesn't work. They're finding out that in some cases, lighting it is like stupid. Lighting it up isn't work as well as grinding it up and fucking drinking it in a smoothie. And don't think I'm not thinking about that. But there's all sorts of ways that this drug's never been looked at. Fucking, and you don't say, how fucking stupid to have something that is helping people medicinally, and you go, well, people might smoke it. And what? So fucking what? And might what? What, go eat more shit? Oh boy, he had 2 gallons of ice cream tonight. It's been horrifying, horrifying. No, something's gotta give. And the same thing, hemp. Hemp is fucking, you make rope out of it. People make clothing out of it. We don't fucking, we made it illegal because it looks like marijuana. We're just about as dumb a group of fucks as it comes. So yeah, I think there should be medical marijuana.
All right. I think this is one we should go out on. And let's
Go where?
go. We'll be done. You can have some wine. Yeah, exactly. Seriously. You know, everybody, because I've known him for a very long time. They're like, oh, Louis is so angry and stuff. Yeah, but you know, this he's very passionate about things, but in real life he's very normal. And really, he's like a giant black lab dog, where he just barks out crazy things, and it's usually food related. I walked. Me and Ben, the guy that's in charge of all this, we walked out of the clubhouse and we had things in our hands, and I hear from a parking lot, "Is that breakfast?" Simmer down, dude. We got you a fucking taco. We got you your breakfast burrito. I just want to see if you remember. How did you and Kathleen meet? I know.
Well, I was in Hobby Lobby store. I was looking for glue to sniff.
So was my mother.
We met. Kathleen and I met. I was performing at Catch a Rising Star in Chicago, Illinois. That a really great club that at the time, and it was one of my first times on where I was a headliner now, and Kathleen was the opening act, and we just immediately had an affinity to each other's comedy and to the fact that there was a giant fucking bar upstairs that was like 6 miles long with ladders. They had so much liquor, only Chicago. It reached to the sky. It did.
It went to heaven. It went to heaven.
And they had every type of, and this was way back before it was big, was single malt scotches, every one of them. They had just tons of them. And yes, the sound of alcoholics in need. And Kathleen and I would sit at that bar. And over the course of the week, we became very good friends.
And here was the kicker, though. You said, I want that scotch that's way up there. And I go, you seriously gonna make that guy climb? And you go, I'm gonna make him do it, but I'm gonna tip him a lot to fucking do it. And then you said, I hope on the way up, he knocks the Christmas tree over. And the bartender did it. And I said, it's dusty and shit. I don't even think you want that. Like, it's in the ceiling. And you go, no. And that's why I knew he was nuts. And I'm like, this guy is cray fun. He's like, I want to drink the dusty shit. And that guy climbed all the way to the top, all the way back down. And that's when I was like, all right, he's pretty cool. I'll probably call him back.
Yeah, and that was our summer vacation.
Yeah. No, that was heaven. Yeah, and you say it doesn't exist. Well, guess what?
And the important thing, the real link, what is it that keeps us together is that Kathleen and I seriously enable each other on levels you can't imagine. We'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. We'd like to thank all of you who've been watching us on TV or on whatever you're watching us on. Ladies and gentlemen, Kathleen Madigan.
Unbelievable.